Hey YouTubers, Digger coming at you for the second time today. Just wanting to do a little update video on what I got done today, and well, you'll see here in a second. So right now I had to put my stuff back in here. So the 4 drawers that I took out of that cabinet, they still have stuff in them, so I have to empty those out and take the drawer slides off of them, because I'm keeping all the drawer slides. They're real good heavy duty slides. Got the driver's seat sitting back there, and of course the wall over here. But I think we've pretty much got all of the wiring out. And then, you know, obviously I'm gonna have to reorganize all those wires, but pretty much got all that 110 volt stuff out, and I'll show you that here in a minute. I still have all this, which, believe it or not, that's organized. I understand and I know where everything goes and everything. We did have, holy cow, down in that box down there was the inverter, and the power wire for that inverter was a 0 gauge wire that came out, went all the way up, all the way across, behind this cabinet, down the pillar, and hooked in under the seat. So I've got that. I yanked it all out in one complete piece, so I'll be able to reuse that. And all this wiring over here, I have to go through that. It's pretty much all disconnected right now. It's just it's all looped under the carpet and over into here, so I gotta organize all that stuff. And then I'll have to do a good thorough cleaning on everything, obviously, once it's done. But so right there is the converter and the power inverter that came out of this. This is a 1000 watt inverter. If anybody's interested in that, I hear those pull good money. I'm not looking at big money out of it, but those were working just fine. You can tell I just unplugged them. So all that stuff's up for grabs if somebody wants it. It's not going to be free, but you know, I would sell that stuff. So there's more piles of the wiring that I cut out of it. So over here, we're going to go around here, and you can see there's all that stuff that's in there. And in here, this is that cable that I pulled out. This is just sitting in here for storage right now. I took it all the way out from the plug all the way to where it was connected under the driver's seat. That's one big long power wire. I can use that thing on a party bus build if needed. Now up here, this one is still hooked to the airbags, but there's no power going to it. So I will probably hook the power back up to that and put it on my own little switch. That one is completely disconnected. I just have to remove that. But there's the nipple that there was a hose going to, and I don't know if that one was missing something or what, but that one does not have anything else really plugged into it. So, but we will keep this one active for the airbags that are on the van, on the ambulance. So there's that. And then over here, this is the yellow is my extension cord that I had back there in the back, and all the red cable all the way down to the eyelets and everything, that's all just spare cable that I can use for other stuff. So, and all of this stuff is completely disconnected. I'm probably will end up taking these plates out and put, you know, different plates in that are just solid, because I don't plan on running any kind of shore power. So under here, this was where that power inverter wire connected to. So this is still hooked up, you know, over onto this over here. I may take that out and just go ahead and eliminate this, but I thought, well, I'll just leave that because I plan to put a power inverter in here, but a different type of power inverter. And I don't know if I'm going to run it from here or if I'm just going to run it up from, because that's the battery box right there. So I could just pop a hole up through that and put my power inverter stuff over there. That way it's close to the batteries. Like I say, all this stuff over here, basically all this stuff is disconnected. That's some woodworking tools that I didn't move out yet. So we're about ready to start putting this thing back together. But I still do have to go through and reorganize all these wires in here. And I still have just stuff in here. It's all woodworking tools. But like I say, I do have the inverter out and the converter, and this is all set up to where you can run. It's a combo unit, so you can run shore power to this or run battery power to convert to 110 volt and 12 volt. So that's what all that does. But I'm going to pretty much be running all of this off of Jackery stuff. So you can see right there's the they're all cut and disconnected and everything for the shore powers that are on the other side. I still have this wire hanging down that goes to that back control panel, and I'm probably not going to use that because the vehicle does start up and run without that, so I really don't need that. And the buttons on it all the buttons on it don't work for stuff anyhow, because I've disconnected all the emergency lights. You can see I've just got the ground hooked up and a hot wire just hanging here, so where if I do decide, if I get some white lights and everything, that I can hook those back up. And all this big group of stuff, that's all what comes down and goes into that pile of crap. And all these wires that were down in here, all that the wiring that went down to that, what do you call it, generator heater thing that was up under there, all that stuff is out. So then I've just got a bunch of tools and stuff all piled in here. But that's pretty much it, people. I mean, I'll tell you, if you ever decide to gut an ambulance, be ready, because there's basically, I've got probably about 5 days total in getting it this far. Now I'm talking about 5 full days. 3 days just today, and then I did a couple days worth of work on yanking the ceiling and stuff out of it, back before winter last year. But yeah, you can tell over here I've got that one cable, and that's what I put in going to the rear camera. So all that wiring that was up there is all gone, and this stuff all has to do with the power locks in the door. So we're trying to keep all that stuff. So all that wiring that was up in here, it's all down to this one cable. So little by little, I'm getting it gutted. So check back here in a day or two, and I'll have another video for you. So until then, just remember, the party starts here. It is starting, believe me. This is one heck of a party. All by myself out here, just gutting everything out. You should see, I took another probably 200 pounds worth of aluminum out for that cabinet stuff that was back there. So Bobby came out and he looked at it and he goes, "Man, you're getting rid of all your storage space out of here." And I said, "I'm getting rid of a lot of weight, because it is unreal how much that aluminum stuff, all those cabinets are made out of 1/8 inch aluminum plate, and everything's all been welded and all that stuff. They definitely build these ambulances very heavy duty and so much overkill that it's no wonder it takes so much to take these out. I mean, even look at this. This is an exterior box, but look at the welds. I mean, beautiful welds, but my God, you know, a lot of time, and that's 1/8" aluminum, so no sense in taking that out, because like I say, that gives me a lot of exterior storage that I plan on putting shelving in and everything. That way I can transport all my tools, you know, whatever I want to in that cabinet. And plus I've still got that large cabinet over there that has its own door to the outside, so that one will have shelves in it and everything. So that might be all woodworking tools, and this one be mechanical type tools. So I don't know exactly what I'm doing with everything right yet, but I do know the outside is going to be all bloody, you know, and I'm going to put the "Don't Open Dead Inside" on the back doors, so that it goes with the name Zombulane, because that's kind of the idea that I want to do the outside in. And then the inside, I want to make this into basically like a luxury apartment, you know. Actually, I've already even got this, which I will end up taking this back down, but that's a projector screen, because I have a projector that I will be putting up here on a magnet and everything to project onto that. And you know, of course, I could take that back down and shoot it to the outside of the van or outside of the ambo or whatever, you know, for other display type stuff, you know, showing YouTube videos at car shows or something like that. But you know, I will have, that's going to be my TV in here. And so, you know, we'll make a bed over here. I think a convertible bed that does a couch and then slides out. You know, I don't know what they call it. It's like the slats that slide out, and then you drop the cushion from the back down to the bottom, and that makes a good bed right there. Then I can sleep in that one, and when we go on a trip with Gopher Rider, I'll bring my portable mattress, and we'll just set that up on the floor. And I've already got sound system stuff over here. I've got a radio for the front dash. I've got another radio in here for the back end. I've got 4 Memphis 6-inch round. I've got a little amp right there. I've got another amp and a 10-inch subwoofer I got to make a box for. That's all going to be back here in the back. That is the lady I got the ambulance from. She gave me this, and that's one of those what do you call it, power spigot things you put on top of a water bottle. So I'll end up putting a water bottle probably in one of the compartments, whichever one I decide, but that will be my water. I've already got a sink for this, and so, you know, like I said, kind of the idea is to make the outside look cool for car shows and make the inside livable. You know, I may not live in here like full time, but you never know. You know, and on top of that, you know, I can go to a car show down in Kentucky, which we do plan on doing, and you know, me and Gopher Rider, we can crash in here for the weekend, have TV. I'll pull my internet and out of the camper and bring it with us. That way we can upload videos and everything, and you know, this thing will have internet, TV, computer, you know, all kinds of crazy lights inside, and make it kind of like a party bus, but yet a living space. And I think it'd be pretty cool. So that's kind of the idea. Let you guys know what's going on. I'm gonna get out of here before I step on something important. So I guess that's all for today. So like I say, keep checking back. I'll keep doing updates. We'll catch y'all on the flip side. The party starts here. Digger is out. Ooh!